Slipping on your beat, that shit there could be bad for you. Nigga catch you slipping, that shit could get mad up. Creatures on the creep lurking, call it the last supper. 100 on the Mac 9, they call that bitch Mag Muffin.
And I'm back. So now we gonna be talking about Rabbit out that 9, the 39ers. Rabbit was out his mind. A real young serial killer. See, that boy had a dozen murders before age 20. That's serious. Young New Orleans killer Rabbit and his help for the federal government. Gregory Rabbit Stewart. Man, this nigga named buku victims, bro. I don't really want to go to naming the victims' names and shit, because I don't really want, be doing all that, you know what I'm saying? People got, But he committed a lot of them bitches, you know what I'm saying? Got one date of one murder, September 16, 2007. He got another one on my birthday, February 22nd, 2010. He had another one April 12, 2010. He had another one May 11, 2010. He had another body May 19, 2010. He had another body May 27, 2010. He had another body October 11, 2010. Another body December 20th, 2010. Another body February 6, 2011. Then a nigga caught another body 2 days before my birthday, February 20, 2011. Then he caught another body April 28, which is one of my deceased uncle's birthday. Long live my Uncle Bonky. Then he caught another body May 24, 2011. Man, this nigga was out his medulla. Like, for real. His name should have been the top. Real talk. Because he was out his top for real. He said, in the city afflicted by murder, the most prolific New Orleans killer over the past 7 years might be a well-known 24-year-old drug dealer who goes by the name Rabbit. At least Gregory Stewart has admitted to more killings than anyone else in recent city history. By his own reckoning, Stewart had a hand in a dozen homicides over a 15-month stretch of bloodshed that started in early 2010 when he was 18 years old. Only one of those guns assault involved multiple slain victims, acclaimed bounce rapper Renetta Magnolia Shorty Low and Jerome and Manhampton, the intended gangland target in the December 2010 barrage of more than 50 bullets. Stewart, who told authorities he started dealing cocaine at age 11 in the Ninth Ward, has acknowledged leaving corpse in neighborhoods from Mid-City to St. Claude to Little Woods in New Orleans East. Court and police records show. U.S. District Judge Nate Jelvet Brown tallied up the carnage at the hearing last year, saying Stewart has accepted responsibility for the murder of at least 14 people. Now jail Stewart is helping the government in a big way, hoping the feds come through on a promise to try to reduce the 4 consecutive life terms Brown handed him last year. In his come to Jesus moment, Stewart came packed in court. Records indicated that he revealed names of other specific numerous killings, shootings, and the terrifying and the ferrying of heroin from Houston to the streets of the Ninth Ward in Houston, from Houston to the streets of the Ninth Ward in Central City. Federal prosecutors led by the Assistant U.S. District Attorney Maurice Landrieu, Mayor Mitch Landrieu's brother, have parlayed those revelations into one of the biggest street gang indictments in the date of the Eastern District of Louisiana. Handed up last June, the indictment against 13 alleged members of the city's 39er's gang listed 13 slayings, numerous shootings, drug trafficking, and gun crimes in a 45-count roadmap of urban mayhem. 3 of the 13 defendants already have pled guilty. Federal prosecutors often go to the bat for help for criminals before or after sentencing, but Stewart's exceptional bloody history and his key role in the case against several of his alleged killing partners and drug mules has raised questions over just what the cooperation of an admitted killing machine is worth. Stewart's murder spree as triggerman, shot caller, or driver ended with his arrest in June 11th at a motel south of Atlanta on federal heroin distribution charges. He was 19. By then, federal agents had been monitoring him and other alleged members of G-Strip and Ninth Ward drug gang for several months in an expanding array of wiretaps. Stewart had risen in his teens to upper management. Prosecutors described him as a top dog in the 39ers, which the FBI says was a hybrid force of G-Strip and 3rd and G, a notorious Central City drug clan named for its stronghold at 3rd and Galvin Streets. The combined group's aim was to control the heroin trade in two of the city's hotbeds for drugs and violence, prosecutors allege. Looking for a deal, by his own admission, Stewart dealt in large quantities of heroin, mostly out of Metairie hotel rooms. In the hierarchy of his group, he stood beneath two men, Merle Black Offrey and Darryl Brother Franklin, who also has turned cooperating witness in the 39ers racketeering case record show. By Stewart's account, it was Offrey, the purported leader of his heroin trafficking ring, who pulled him into the trade as a teenager. Stewart was fresh off a 14-month stint in the state juvenile detention center, the last 3 months of it on 23-hour lockdown, when Offrey and others handed him $10,000 and a supply of heroin to get started on the street, he told authorities. They also taught me how to shoot and kill people, Stewart said. At his sentencing hearing in March, he lived in a motel, dealt heroin, drove a car, and otherwise pretended to be an adult at age 16, according to the factual basis pending his guilty pleas. Following his arrest in 2011, a federal grand jury named Stewart and several others in the alleged drug conspiracy. By the end of that year, a superseding indictment added more defendants and accused Stewart and co-defendant Evans Easy Lewis in the May 2011 killing of Gregory Smokey Keys in the 1300 block of Congress Street. Meanwhile, federal agents were still pursuing Offrey and Franklin, key targets of a widening federal probe. By the late 2012, Stewart was jailed in a St. Charles Parish and writing overturns to Maurice Landry, head of federal gang prosecutions in New Orleans, offering to provide details on killings and heroin supplies. He stepped up his cooperation in February 2013 in jail phone calls with FBI agent Jonathan Wood. Stewart asked Wood for an audience with Landry while seeking assurance that he wouldn't face more charges for detailing his role in several slams. Wood insisted that Stewart would need to admit to some killings over the phone before earning a chat with Landry. The FBI agent also signaled a possible payoff. Damn, that's crazy. Stewart described his involvement with Offrey and Franklin in the April 2010 slaying of Quelton Gutter Broussard, a killing to which Stewart and Franklin both would later plead guilty. The three men fired off at least 48 rounds at a Chevy Impala in retaliation for a drive-by attack near the Wing Shack on Desire Street, in which an associate, Terrence Butler, was killed. Over the phone, Stewart also admitted roles in a February 2011 slaying of Calvin Plucky Celestine and the October 2010 killing of Elton Bo Fields in the 7th Ward. Police reports show that several of Stewart's killings involved other gunmen, and most dozens of rounds were fired. Police reports on several of the slayings suggest that Stewart didn't take chances. He kept shooting, often with the assault rifle. Damn. Stewart pled guilty in July 2014 to heroin and firearm conspiracies and to 3 killings done in connection with a drug conspiracy. He admitted to running a heroin ring since June 2009 while meting out violence with other members of a group, attached pet names to their guns. 1, a .223 caliber assault rifle with a double drum magazine they dubbed Monkey Nuts. In the group killings of Lowe and Hampton, Stewart opened fire with a Glock 40 caliber semi-automatic handgun that he dubbed Barack. In return for his cooperation, prosecutors took the death penalty off the table for Stewart and state and state and federal prosecutors agreed not to try him for 8 other slayings dating back to 2007, killing of Calvin Brumfield. Damn. Yeah, Rabbit was out his mind. Like, for real. They look like this nigga just was on some Spawn type shit. Like, he was just like bred for this shit. You feel me? Like, they really, that nigga said they taught me how to get money and how to shoot. You know what I mean? How to shoot. I mean, that nigga said he taught me how to shoot and how to kill people. Like, man, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas really molded this nigga into this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they really created something that was just out of this world. You know what I'm saying? They really created a creature, a real live gremlin. You know what I'm saying? That's what that nigga was at a young age, man. That man, what, was 19, 18 when he went to jail? Well, when he went to jail for all this shit, he was 18. Come on, man. 18, 19. So just imagine how many more bodies that man probably would have had if he would have made it to like 25 to 30. You feel me? If they run would have been longer. Man, that man probably had like 50 bodies, 60 bodies. No cap. Only murder, man. Shout out to that bitch Kid, you know what I'm saying? Free all the members locked up in that situation, you know what I'm saying? Man, long live Magnolia Shorty, long live my man, you know what I'm saying? Long live all the people affected by that situation, all the people that lost their life in that situation. You know what I'm saying? That shit be crazy. Like, cause they had a lot of people that lost their life in that shit, man. A lot of people. Like, I went to reading that shit and just was like, damn. Like, and that's just the people that nigga know of. That's just people that he allegedly killed. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about all the other members that could have been slaying shit like that. You dig? Deleting shit like that. Man, that's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He probably had shit that he did that he must won't speak on that implicate other people that he wasn't even trying to get in trouble. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, Rabbit in that video, for sure. Man, that's crazy, man. But I hope he find peace, man, because he was really manipulated at a young age, you know what I'm saying? Just like the boy Marlo Mike, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, they was molded into something that was beyond them, you know what I'm saying? That they didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? And that shit just done caught up with him, you did. But I hope Allah give him peace, man, you know what I'm saying? And have mercy on his soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, he gotta live with that shit, you know what I'm saying? For the rest of his life, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, you feel me? CGI Mob shit, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that comment section, you know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that notification bell, you know what I'm saying? Stay plugged.
Get rich, I'ma die trying to make it to the top. Shit, and anybody in the way, I'm putting them in a box. Yeah, it's gotta get it, I'ma stack it till it rocks. Yeah, it's gotta get it, I'ma stack it till I drop. Shit, I with him still, it called the winter selling rocks. Now I pull up on a nigga with the 30, let it pop. Hit him with the bitch until the motherfucker stop. Then it's right back on the block, screaming death to all my ops.